Well, considering I was going to chop all this out over the winter or beginning of the spring, it's looking lovely. It's kind of flopped over. You can see the chair, and the table is now underneath it. But the rain, it fell forward when we had all that rain. But it's looking really pretty. Look at that, and this is the best I've seen. This one. We've got no black spot on the leaves, which is a good sign because the plum seems to catch a fungus. It doesn't catch black spot, but I'm sure it's the same type of fungus that does black spot. So look at that up there. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just a pity that the rain's made it fall over a bit. And I suppose the weight of these is not helping because they are quite heavy. Even right back up there, like. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now this is what I bought on holiday last year, and it's finally come out. And at the Gardeners World show, there was a darker red than this, and I quite liked it. So if I ever see one to buy, might get the darker one as well. I will put a picture of the one from the Gardeners World show up now. We've got little plums on the plum tree. Quite a few. Some more down there. They're looking nice, and I think up there there's lots. Oh, look at these. We're going to have loads of plums. Only trouble is the dogs eat them all when they fall off and bring them in and leave the stones in the house. Right, the tomatoes had to come back in because it was too cold for them. So you can't see. Look at that, right at the top. I'm going to have to get them out. I'm just hoping this cold, rainy weather will stop. In fact, one's flowering. I've got a photograph from the Gardeners World show. Well, it's not the Gardeners World, it was Chatsworth. Why do I keep saying Gardeners World? That's next weekend. Of these, and they're climbing up. And I'll put a picture on now. My little dwarf buddleias coming on nice. I think I'm going to be able to get them in a bigger pot now. Look at that, that one's really grown. So that's another job for this week. Well, my sweet peas are doing quite well, in fact. Climbing right the way up here, look. So I didn't know where I was going to put them, but I bought something at the Chatsworth show. I'm going to show you now what it is for them to climb up. I left this container in here and I didn't think anything was going to come up, and it's quite dry, you can see. Better get watered. And I noticed yesterday dahlias, and I'd looked through and it looked like the corms were spotting. So I've got a dreaded nettle that is going, and that looks like an African, might be an African marigold, or I did have some small ones, but from the shape of the leaves that looks like an African one, so that'll be too big for it in there, so I might have to move it. I don't know what these, I think the rest are weeds. There might be something, I'm just leaving them just in case. But I've got one here, 1, 2, 3, so that's quite good considering I just dumped this here, and I was going to go and empty it in to the compost in a bit. So I'm very pleased. Got some more dahlias. I got these at the Gardeners World show last year, and they're just starting to flower, and they're ever so pretty when they come out full. they do get a lot bigger than that. But I think I might have to feed this container, because they've not done as well as I expected them to. I mean, this one goes mad, if you can see. It's going up right up there. I think I might try and train that to come down a bit. But this one's been very slow. Come over the other side where badgers lay on them. This one's not done as well either, and they keep losing the tops. I don't know whether it's the birds. You can see, look, it just keeps snapping off or dying off. Excuse me. This one's the same. Never does very well at the top. I've had one or two more shoots come at the bottom, so I think I might have to feed these pots a bit more. And badger's always sat. Look, this is why my flowers only grow this side of the pot, because badger has always got his bum in it. My Californian poppies are doing really well. I really like these. You can scatter them and they reseed all over the place, so they're kind of better than nettles. I'd rather have them than nettles. Hebes are just starting to flower. Now, when I first took this as a cutting, and sneakily from a garden centre, just walked past and took a snippet off, it was purple. And I used to have some Hebes at the old house, and they're all pink, so that's why there's another one coming there, look. That's why I took this cutting, because I saw this purple one. And over the years since it's been here, it's changed colour. So I am going to get some ericaceous compost and put down in this, because the soil's not very clever down here in between different things, and see if I can turn it back to purple. Right, my beans are doing well. Oops, and you can see, well, I think you can see, if I just go down there, you see the slimy slug snails, slimy slug trails. So if I hadn't have had these pellets down, that would have been it. I am going to get some nematode next year, but I'd got slug pellets in the shed, so they went down. This one broke off a bit there, look, so it's not doing very well, but it should come back again from the bottom. I can see, if we go down there, look, see new shoots coming. So if you're wondering why we've got chicken wire round, it's to stop the cats getting in. My beetroot and everything's doing well. Odd nettle coming, I have to get that. And my lettuce are really doing well. I'm going to start picking some of those. In fact, I think I might have that one. That one might look like it's running to seed, so that's next. I'll pick that in a minute. Well, putting the bottle over these have worked. I took the bottle off this one and this one and put it onto that one, little tiny one down there, and it's worked a treat and stopped the nasty slugs and snails from eating my dahlias. Well, I really ought to get some serious work done in this garden this year. Not really been doing much, as you can see from the nettles. So we're on to the dahlia bed, and it's starting to flower, look. Getting some, I saw some black fly on one of these the other day and I come and squished them, but we don't like seeing there's any more. So there's quite a few that's got buds on it. Let me come over here. This one is very late coming, but it is coming. We did have some labels, but I put on for overwintering. Another one there. Ah, see, I said we'd have spotted the black fly. I don't know whether that was a ladybird that's just flown off there that was eating the black fly, but I've squished them. Sorry, little ladybird. I think it went down there. But I do have a label if it's not washed off altogether. That just says Dahlia on that side. What side? That's Unwin Mix. Right, so that one, them I showed you coming up in that pot, will be the same as that. And this one's quite nice. Can't remember this one last year, but probably it didn't do very well. It might like this spot a bit better. I tried to put the small ones this side and the bigger ones that way, so they didn't get dwarfed. What's this one? Playa Blanca. That one. This one didn't come up, and it says Giant Dahlia, red. Oh, I'm quite disappointed in that, because that would have been there. Some nettles. Ouch. No wonder my fingers and ends are always numb. The amount of nettles I pick up. So I'm a bit upset that that wasn't come, because I really like that one. Can't see a label around this one. It might be the same as that one. I don't see there were labels all on the red pygmy. So I'm not quite sure whether that's that one or that one. I can't see any more labels, but they were all labelled. But they're getting a bit big now that I can't really see. Oh, I found this one. Right. So this one here is... Right, I can't see it because of the mud on it. Hold on. Well, it's a pink. I think it says pink. Yes, it's pink. Park Princess. If I remember, that one's really nice. So I'll put that label back in there. I don't see any more. But so they're doing well. And I'm thinking of perhaps turning another one of my veggie beds into a dahlia bed for the new ones that I've been buying. Do a bit of weeding around them. And over here I put a few more nasturtiums in, and they'd seem to be doing alright. I took the cover off, and generally, except for need to get in there and do some nettles. I chopped all these down, but they need pulling up, all these nettles along there. Generally everything's looking about the same. Oh, I think I've got I'm gonna get myself stung. I've got something falling over. Right, let me get over there. A bit windy, so there we are. It's all stood up. It's got a bit of fruit on it. I've got to feed all these for next year. I've seriously got to have some new compost in. Some of them aren't doing as well. So there's quite a few berries on a lot of things, but a lot of this one in particular has not got many leaves. So it's seriously got to have something done about it for next year, because it just got shoved in and moved from the allotment, and I suppose the soil weren't that great, and it spent a year in that pot without having nothing added. So I think I can see a few tall weeds in there as well, so a lot of weeding got to be done. Go get my finger out. Looks like one of my tree lilies is coming up. That looks nice and sturdy. I think I put two in here, but might have lost one.